Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now we have been waiting for this film for a long time, the Odyssey. And when it came out, there's something that caught my attention as a Kenyan, Lupita Nyong'o. She played a part in acting as Helen of Troy, this fiery, angry queen. Now, what caught my attention was that a lot of people, they did not pay attention to her acting. She is basically receiving racist backlash from a lot of people on her role. And I want to understand why. Chad, break it down. Why is she receiving racist backlash?
Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to check. So there are a few reasons, and they're not all coming from the same place. Some people are reacting to Lupita's casting itself, basically objecting to a black actress playing Helen because they imagine the character as white. And then you've got the wider culture war crowd. You know, those folks who label any diverse casting as woke. Some argue it's about historical accuracy, but then Hollywood's spent Greek mythology casting for decades. Others are just targeting Lupita directly, which is just plainly racist. And she's mostly staying above it, calling the Odyssey a mythological story and saying the cast represents the world. So, yeah, the backlash says more about her critics than about her performance.
Now, it baffles my mind and I can't understand why people would bash Lupita for taking this great opportunity to feature in one of the greatest films that we have been waiting for in this decade. And as a Kenyan, basically, I would say attention, any attention is good attention, negative or positive. It gets people talking, and that's one. And getting people to talk is positive enough for Lupita and for the film. And a success for Lupita as a Kenyan, for me, I feel super proud. So whatever people say about Lupita and her role, we feel proud as a country, we feel proud as a continent, and go girl, Lupita, keep doing your thing.
I hear you. Pride matters a lot when someone's breaking barriers on a global stage. And Lupita's career has been a series of those moments. But there's a flip side. Some people feel it personally like a validation that black talent can lead epic films. But others online twist that pride into anger, usually rooted in bias or discomfort with changing norms. So both reactions are out there and they're colliding in spaces like social media. I'd say it's worth separating pride in representation from the knee-jerk backlash. So you can celebrate one and still name where the other one comes from. Basically, both conversations are happening at once.
Listen, there will always be reaction, positive and negative. In this case, I feel like those who are giving negative reaction to Lupita featuring as Helen of Troy, basically are missing the point, are kind of noise that we should not pay attention to. What I'm trying to say is Lupita did well. Let's focus on her acting. How did she do in the film? I believe she did super and amazingly well. So in this case, we can basically tone down or ignore the noise and celebrate what Lupita has achieved in the film. That's my point.
Hey, hang on. Yeah, that's fair. If you want to center her performance rather than the backlash, that can make a stronger piece. You can say every major film gets criticism, but let's actually talk about what she did on screen. Did she bring authority to Helen?
Exactly.
Did she deliver the emotional weight? Did she elevate Christopher Nolan's vision? That's a much more interesting conversation. And from a Kenyan perspective, being proud of her in a global film is completely valid, but you can be proud and still critique the work respectfully. Not the hate, but the actual craft. That keeps the focus on cinema rather than internet noise.
Perfect. And in that case, we can wrap up the video. Until next time, thank you guys. Bye-bye.